Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast, Show Your Stripes. I'm Allie and I'm here with my co host, Will.
What is good, everybody?
And we are recording right now after a lovely Tigers walk-off win tonight, which, I mean, it hasn't happened that many times this season. So it was definitely nice to see. And, in the 10th inning as well, which we all know our record in the 10th innings don't usually go too hot. So,
Yeah, I want to just say I'm more impressed that we actually were able to play spoiler. I mean, honestly, I'm going to say it real quick. I do not want either the Guardians or the White Sox to win the Central. I hate both
no.
teams equally. Like, if honestly, I really wish both teams could just choke and then the Twinkies can take the division. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I definitely would do not want to see the White Sox. I mean, or the Guardians. I mean, I would rather see the Twins take it than either of them as well.
Like the White Sox, I kind of went on a tangent here just to start it, which is kind of on brand for this show. But like
Yeah.
But the White Sox do not deserve to be in the playoffs if they make it at all, because the only reason they're even in the picture right now is because Tony La Russa has been out for about the past 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and if he's not there, or if he's there, the team is way under 500 because he cannot manage a ball club.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So definitely yeah. No, I would definitely rather see the Twins take it if it's going to be definitely not Cleveland or the White Sox. Just because, I don't know. Guardians annoy me a little bit, especially when they come here. So.
I mean, yeah, honestly, it's just the whole division's a wash at this point. But
I mean, if you look at our division compared to every other division, it just,
I know we did a couple weeks ago when we did our last pod. I'm not sure if it was in the last one or if it was a previous episode. I know I went over the standings of the divisions and placed what the AL Central team would be in the other division.
maybe like
And,
fourth or fifth, I think, in every division.
and I want to come back on that because I want to see what it would be like now. So Cleveland is 77 and 66 now, and um and I know and right now they would be. If you remove Boston, they would be in fourth in the AL East. Um, they would be, let's see, they would be third in the AL West, fourth in the NL East, third in the NL Central, actually no, second in the NL Central, and then third in the NL West. So,
A little bit better than before, but still.
but still Cleveland, I mean, really, they only have turned it up just recently.
Yeah,
And
it's
they still
definitely,
are the only team who leads the division with sub 80 wins.
yeah. So, I mean, that says it all.
I mean, I'm gonna pull up this because I want to see. I mean, because I know winning percentage is a lot, but let's see,
Yeah,
538 times 162. They are projected to only win 87 games, and they would win the division
that's
on that's
crazy.
on the current pace that they're on right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But to kind of get back on track here,
Yeah, we're
um,
actually discussing a good game for once because I mean, I don't think we are going to be covering the last series because I think we all just want to forget that series took place.
honestly, I didn't even watch most of that series other than the first game because I had to go to that one,
Yeah,
which was
we
basically
are.
torture.
Yeah, we are referring to the series against Houston at the beginning of this week, and it just did not go too hot.
I mean, the only thing that I really took out of that series was the fact that we broke the record, or we tied the record for the most. It was the most shutouts by a team in the American League since the designated hitter was implemented. So,
But that
um,
was we hit 20 or 21
21. We hit 20 over the last weekend.
because we had two back to back. I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah.
we did.
So, we're just gonna forget that series happened. At least I am.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at the stats right here. We basically did the bare minimum to win, and Matt Manning basically or brought us a win,
Oh
basically.
yeah. Manning was on like Manning had a really good inning or out tonight.
And he needed one because I know his last 2 or 3 starts were not very good.
No, the today
And
was a lot better.
I mean, to go throw 7 innings of only 3 hit baseball, of shutout baseball against that offense, and allowing only the 2 hits to Elvis Andrus and Eloy Jimenez. I mean, it worked. It says a lot.
He he was doing good tonight. I mean, in five strikeouts too, which I feel like he's definitely had games with higher than that, but still. I mean, only allowing 3 hits was for a full 7 innings was pretty impressive to see for him.
Um,
And I mean, we also can say like Soto threw or had a relatively good inning. I know there was, I think, a bad play or two. I didn't see them because I wasn't watching at that point, but Twitter seemed like they were a little upset with him. So,
yeah. Um, I'm just looking at the hitting numbers here. I mean, it was really just Javi Baez and Jonathan Scope having their way against the White Sox pitching staff. If you, other than
I mean,
Torkelson, it was literally Torkelson, Scope, and Baez. That was the entire offense today.
yeah, because I mean, there was only 6 hits. So,
Baez went 3 for 3 with a walk. Torkelson 1 for 4 with an RBI, and Jonathan Scope 2 for 4 with a line drive home run in the 6th. And that was
Baez just Baez against the White Sox is just something else.
And then obviously you had Victor Reyes with that RBI walk off in the bottom of the 10th.
Hmm. Which was, I mean, that was his second career walk off, which both of them have happened this season. The last one, I believe, they said was July 27th. So,
I mean, Baez really carried the offense, but he also kind of sold it out with 2 errors, bringing it
yeah,
up to 26.
26. And the next highest, because I checked it after this game, the next highest, I think, is Bo Bichette, I think, with 17.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's what it was last time we did a
Yeah.
pod too.
Yeah. So
So,
now we're just in a 9 air difference. And because
I mean, he's
the
basically secured the Air King title for the season at this point. I don't think you
oh yeah.
can.
I
There's
mean,
like
and both of them were throwing airs. Like I don't know. I feel like that like
with Torque at first base, I might add too, which is, I mean, that's the more surprising thing.
yeah. So I mean, come on. Torque has saved his Torque just couldn't save his ass tonight.
Apparently not. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
and
you're good. Sorry.
obviously, Joe Jimenez actually gave up his first 2 runs and I believe 10 outings tonight. He gets a blown save thrown onto his line, which I mean, I can't really be upset at him considering the good season he's had.
Yeah. I just remember I was watching and it was 2-0 and we were like going into whatever it was the eighth inning, right? And I was like, oh my god, like they gonna like do that? Like if that, like it was going pretty well for them at this point, and I was like, and then all of a sudden I saw the notification that said, oh, we were tied 2-2, and then I was like, all of like the doubt him just running in because I mean it's just how the season's been. So I'm just happy they managed to pull it off tonight. But
Yeah,
there was definitely a few innings of worry there.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm more surprised that they were actually able to walk it off of Liam Hendricks because I
Yeah.
mean he is probably one of the better relievers in the league, and I
Hmm.
mean I always like to see him fail because he's a
Yeah.
turd sandwich. But but yeah, I mean It was just
No.
overall a great game, and it was definitely a lot of it was considered to the White Sox playing down to their competition because I felt like they were not playing on on like on complete or all cylinders, I should say. They were not firing on all cylinders today.
Yeah, no. It was good. It was well, I mean, they had the air in the bottom of the 10th with there was a I believe it was a throwing error, and um that's how we got. Oh, why can't I think who was on base? Who got on base? My brain is just not there right now. Someone got, or Castro, I think, got on base because I literally, my brain, okay, he got it on base because there was a throwing error, and that's when the walk, and then he stole second. So, I mean, I don't think that had much to do with the win, but it was still, I think it kind of shook him up a little bit with the error that happened.
Yeah, I mean, the more impressive thing is that they were actually able to walk it off in the 10th without recording a single hit. And
I
that's, I
know.
mean, if it wasn't for the extra innings rule, that would not have happened.
Uh-huh, definitely. They
So I mean,
just they just don't have a good record with going into the 10th because I believe before tonight it was like 1-6 or 1-7 with like going into extra innings.
yeah, I mean, you can only ask for so much for this team at this point. I mean, we're today with that win, we improved to 55-89, which is not good, but I mean, hey, I
You
mean, we can
know,
take small victories, I guess.
small victories. I feel that's we've been saying that for a few months now, but I mean we got to take it when we can get it. Should a little bit get a little bit of happiness once in a while because after the series we just came off of, it was definitely nice to see a win.
So, um, so talk moving gears on now, or I'm sorry, shifting gears. The other thing we wanted to talk about in this episode is there was, I think earlier today, I believe, or
Mhm.
if it was today,
I
yeah, it
believe it
was.
was today.
Yeah, earlier today they announced the Arizona Fall League rosters, and if you didn't know what the Arizona Fall League is, it's a camp that's like or a sports camp league type thing where they were owned by the major leagues, where they will have a bunch of prospects play some games in the fall in Arizona against other teams, and there are 6 teams in the league, all of them comprised by players from 5 different organizations, and that league goes from I believe the middle of October to the middle of November. So
Yeah.
today we announced those rosters, and just to put into perspective, the Tigers representative are the Salt River Rafters who play at the Salt River Fields of Talking Stick in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they split that roster with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies, Milwaukee Brewers, and New York Mets. So yeah, those those rosters were announced today, and they announced the Tigers will be sending. Let's see. They'll be sending 8 different players to Salt River to play there this fall. Um, Colt Keith will be sent there. Dylan Dingler, Parker Meadows, Joey Wentz, Tyler Madison, Jack Anderson, Andrew Magno, and Gage Workman will all make an appearance down in the fall league. So
I mean,
I
I
mean,
think I actually just learned about this right before we started recording, just because this year, I just started actually paying attention a lot more to baseball. But I think I think it's pretty cool. I definitely am gonna like pay attention and see how this goes because I think it's pretty cool that they bring a bunch of the like minor league players together from different teams just to get a little bit of some more games at the end of the season.
yeah, it's definitely pretty cool to see that. I mean, a lot of it has to do. I mean, I was gonna mention that Joey Wentz is kind of the outlier on this roster, and it says that the only reason he's being sent into that group is to make up for the missed time he had at the major league level during that shoulder injury that he had in June, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see how they go because, last year's class in the fall league, it was Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, and Ron Kreidler, and among others, and all three of them are up at the big leagues now. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of development
Mm-hmm.
comes from those players down in Arizona.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be interested to see how many possibilities we might see up at the majors next season. I mean, especially since we literally had three of them come up from last year, which I know like Torque moved through the minors pretty quick. So, but I think it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
And it's cool to mention with these teams, you got these other organizations throwing their prospects out there. So I'm going to mention some of the highlights for the people who are going to be paying attention to Salt Lake when they play. The Diamondbacks will be sending Jordan Lawler, their number three prospect, and the number 13 overall prospect in all baseball, along with Devison de los Santos to the Salt Lake River Rafters. So, and another couple, Zach Veen from the Rockies, Warming Bernabel, and basically all of the high end prospects are probably going to be there.
I
So,
think I mean it will be cool to hear about. I don't know if you're able do you know if you're able to watch the games anywhere?
I feel like they stream them online, and I think sometimes they throw it on MLB Network, but I
Okay.
could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Well, even just hearing about I don't know, it will be interesting to see how these some of these players do with the fall ball.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see how that goes, and we'll have to see what the whoever the new GM is, how they'll take
Mhm.
that information into account.
Yeah, I'm interested to see when we're gonna get that announced. I wonder how close Illich is to finding actually someone else to take over.
Well, I know they mentioned. I think AJ Hinch went on 97 won the ticket earlier this week and said something about that he was, like they said, he was involved in the talks to sign someone, and I don't think he said anything really that much about it, but he did say that they were actively looking, but they haven't really made any serious discussions at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm hoping with how like long they're taking with the process that it will be worth it.
I mean, I'm just hoping that like other teams don't get in the way of the operation of trying to
Yeah.
find a new GM because I know the Rangers fired theirs
Mhm.
not long after we fired Avila, and I know the Mets said that their Stanley Alderson is leaving the Mets, so I don't really know if that'll take a toll on it that much. So there's going to be some openings to work around for
Mhm.
for Chris Illich to find a new GM.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if he's going to have to be like the first one to pull the trigger if he wants the guy like one of the big name guys. I feel like.
Yeah. Hopefully he's just willing to do that. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I definitely don't know how much heart is into baseball for him.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I guess we'll see how that goes.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out because I know it's been like not really talked about with what this GM search is gonna be, but I just hope they know what they're doing. I'm sure they know what
Well,
they're doing. It's just
it's
taking them a while.
been a few too many years since they had the last GM. So,
I'm just
so
looking at
Yeah, I mean, we're finishing up this series. We got 2 more games with the White Sox this weekend.
I mean, to be honest, the end of the season is actually very damn close. I mean, I didn't realize it's not that far away.
I mean, we have 18 games left,
And
which is crazy, and like 3 weeks.
and I just wanted to put this out there that the end of the season does not mean we're going away. We're definitely gonna have to experiment with what we talk about on the show when the
Yes.
season ends. But I might as well just go ahead and see what the rest of this weekend series is gonna be like, and we'll before we end this thing. Um, Tomorrow's game will be Johnny Cueto for the White Sox against Eduardo Rodriguez, and quite honestly, I would not be surprised if that's a White Sox victory right there, just
Yeah.
because Rodriguez got shelled in his last start on Monday,
Uh-huh.
and then Johnny Cueto seems to become like vintage Johnny Cueto when he plays us for whatever reason.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, hopefully Reyes has a better start than he did last time. I guess that's what we can hope for, and potentially have a chance. But I guess, I mean, everything with this team is a very 50-50 shot on what side of the team you're going to get. So,
Yeah. And then Sunday you got Michael Kopech for the White Sox against Drew Hutchison. Um, I honestly don't know who to pick in that one because both the starters are not very good.
so that could also be a draw. I think this series between the White Sox could be it's a complete draw on who will actually take it.
It's just a
So,
matter of if the White Sox actually play up to competition.
mm-hmm, definitely.
And then we head to Baltimore for 3 to play the new look Orioles, and I honestly will. I mean, it says a lot compared to like I mean we played them in May and we swept them in 3, and we got to play them in September, and they have a 75-68 record,
Yeah,
and it's just ridiculous.
they've completely turned their season around. It's insane. Like, cause they what? I think I was hearing this on the or Dan was talking about this on the radio the other day that like they're going to be the first team to have to have a winning season after a 110 loss season the year before. Like they are the first team ever to have a winning season
Well, they're
after a
pretty
hundred
damn
and
close.
on a 110 loss season last year.
I mean, they are what? Let's see. There are 7 games above 500 right now, so they just need to stay consistent, and they can become that first team to do it.
Yeah. So that I mean I'm interested honestly to see how their season ends for them.
Like, I honestly don't think they'll get into the playoffs. It's just too rocky of a road. Because, like, right now, Baltimore is 4.5 back of the Rays for the final wild card spot. So, and I just find that too insurmountable.
Yeah.
But I've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, it'll be cool to see the Orioles, the Newark Orioles, and see like Gunnar Henderson and um Adley Rutschman down there in Camden Yards. It'll be a tough series. I didn't
Oh
think
yeah.
I'd be saying that come like
No.
5 months ago.
Nope, definitely did not either. Gonna be a tough one, but who knows? I mean, anything can happen, I guess.
Just hope that we're the team that turns it around next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can hope for, really, at this point.
So I
I
guess
mean,
that'll. Or what are you gonna
yeah,
say?
I was just gonna say, I feel that we've pretty much covered it for the night.
Yeah, I guess that'll end the episode. I know it was kind of a short one, but we did not want to talk about that last series at all. So
Oh,
we will continue watching this series, and we will see you in the next one, everybody.
yep, thanks for supporting us like usual.
Thanks for listening, everybody.